The following is a presentation of Girard Sports Live. It's time for Girard High School Athletics on Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live is presented by Colgan, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net. Also by Ag Choice of Epler, American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Call Service, Community National Bank and Trust, Derailed Commodity, Niskins Auto and Towing, DS Construction, Evans Motors, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Farmers Bank, Girard Medical Center, Hydrex Appliance, The Jagged Edge, GN Bank, Larrett Ceramics, Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Producers Cooperative Association, and Roto-Rooter.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's time for Girard Sports Live.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome out to historic Hutchison Field for tonight's Old CNC League matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Colgan Panthers. I'm Josh Ledner, alongside me, Jess Murphy. And Jess, a good matchup here tonight between these two teams. A good early season test, as it often is when these two schools meet. And probably the biggest game in the state of Kansas on the high school level here tonight on this Thursday night.
Yeah, it might be one of the very few on a Thursday night here in Kansas. But yeah, you're right. It'd be an ultimate test. Girard answered quite a few questions last week with a convincing win over Columbus, but Colgan seemed to have the way with Frontenac as well, so we'll just have to see how tonight goes.
We do want to let you know that Girard Sports Live is brought to you by Colgan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Colgan. To learn more, go to rural.org or see everything Colgan has to offer at ckt.net. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll fire up Community National Bank and Trust Pregame show. We'll take a look at some of the matchups going on around the area tonight. And tomorrow night, take a look back at some of the scores from last week as well. We'll give you the keys to the game, the starting lineups, and then finally kickoff from here at historic Hutch Field, downtown Pittsburgh, Kansas. The Trojans and the Colgan Panthers, two undefeated squads here, both 1-0. Getting ready to kick it off here on a beautiful night for high school football in Southeast Kansas. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Why settle for less than the best? Colgan's gigabit fiber optic internet is now available to Pittsburgh, Frontenac, and Fort Scott, and many rural areas in between. Colgan has the best speeds, the best reliability, the best service, the best support, and is overall the best value on all ultra-high-speed internet. If you want the best home internet connecting as many devices, all without equipment rentals, contracts, or overages, it is the time to switch to the best. It's time to switch to Colgan.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust. Federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Whether you're suffering from the latest bug going around or have a chronic illness that needs regular monitoring by a physician, Girard Medical Center clinics offer quality care for your family close to home. 5 clinics are available throughout Crawford, Cherokee, and Bourbon counties, including Girard, Arma, Frontenac, Cherokee, and Uniontown. Our express care is also available Saturdays, Sundays, and most holidays for the unexpected illnesses that arise. Girard Medical Center clinics and express care, caring for our communities one patient at a time.
Welcome back to historic Hutch Field, Pittsburgh, Kansas, for tonight's matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Colgan Panthers. Our pregame show brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Well, let's take a look at these two teams coming into this game tonight, Jess. Trojans and Colgan sitting at 1-0. Girard coming off a 38-12 win, or a 32-8 win, over Columbus last week. Colgan defeated Frontenac 27-20. And these two teams last year, Trojans came out on top 38-12. But different situation this year. Colgan, the more senior-laden, experienced team. And that showed last week against Frontenac. Their two studs, Tucker Harrell, their quarterback, Cooper Simmons, their running back, combined for over 500 yards in that game. Cooper Simmons scored 3 first-half touchdowns, including a 76-yard touchdown run against Frontenac. And the two combined for 42 touchdowns last season, so Trojans are going to have their hands full against those playmakers for Colgan tonight, but they've also got a lot of experience up front on the line. They returned 4 starters on the offensive line, 6 starters on defense, so Trojans going to have their work cut out for them. But Girard did have a good week last week against Columbus. I don't know if that says more about Girard or Columbus, but the Trojans rolled up 269 yards on the ground, 4 touchdowns rushing. Smith was 3 of 7 passing for 49 yards. He did throw an interception there late in the game. The surprise of the game, the pleasant surprise for you and I, was Junior Love, the sophomore running back, 108 yards on the ground on 16 carries. Scott Moore, of course, had 3 rushing touchdowns, had a couple catches for 39 yards. One of them a big 36-yard touchdown catch that set up a touchdown. And the defense did well. They allowed just 61 rushing yards, gave up 94 passing yards, and had an interception. Anthony Pike, a big game with 13 tackles for the Trojans. So a big game here tonight. So, Jess, I guess let's go ahead and skip ahead. Let's skip ahead on our agenda and talk some keys to the game. You got to think tonight for the Trojans, it's trying to limit the big plays.
Yeah, Colgan was really good at getting to the edge, and they did have 3 turnovers and kind of allowed Frontenac back in the game. So one of the big keys of the game for me is going to be those big 3-man defensive front here. Good way to stop the get to the edge is not let them get there. So get that center push back into the guard, let their pulling game kind of try to limit some of that. Have big Drake Kotzman play a nose tackle. Watch it over the top. You know, we got beat. You just said Columbus had 94 passing yards, and a lot of that, I do believe, was 50-some, 60-some yards on one play. So if we can limit the big play and get some offensive production like we did last year, or last game, And I do believe we talked about last year's game, Josh. I think it was a pretty close game coming into halftime, and then Girard kind of was able to score right before half. Then we got the ball at half and come out and scored and went up 2 or 3 scores and just shut Colgan out in that second half. So Colgan give last year's team a pretty good first half. So this is going to be a great matchup, great test. Going to be a great, fun game to watch.
And we were talking earlier that Colgan's probably the best team in Class 1A.
Oh, yeah.
Just between you and me and the internet, I don't think it's fair for Colgan to be a 1A team, and I'm sure there's lots of 1A coaches out there who would agree with me because I think when you get down to the 1A playoffs, Panthers are going to be a buzzsaw. They got a couple tough games here this week against Girard, next week against Riverton, but you look down their schedule, and I think every game on that schedule is winnable for the Panthers.
Yeah, and I believe they think so too, and I think Keisha has probably done a good job. If they come out and dominate like that, I do believe the new Keisha rule says they'll have to at least bump up a classification in the following year.
All right, we'll step away for a second break. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of our area matchups and the starting lineups as we get closer to kickoff here at Hutch Field. The undefeated Trojans and Panthers getting set to face off here on a Thursday night. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Our whole vision of becoming the 4-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
Mathis Drug Store Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drug Store, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter is now owned by GHS alum Braden Peak and GMS teacher Heather Peak, and they are proud to support the Trojans. Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630. See their ad in names and numbers.
Welcome back to Hutch Field. Trojans getting set to take on the Colgan Panthers, and I apologize for the scoreboard camera. It's taken a journey on us over the course of the evening, and we'll try and keep up with it as we go along. I don't know if it's barometric pressure or the rotation of the earth or a solar storm or something, but it just is not going to hold still for us tonight. So we'll
Canadian wildfires, Joe.
Right, it is hazy here tonight. I don't know if you can't really pick it up on the camera unless you shoot off into downtown, but there's a lot of controlled burns going on around the area. Then you got half of Canada on fire, and it's kind of hazy. So along with the heat being a factor tonight, if you got a kid who's asthmatic or something, the particulate matter in the air could become an issue. But never gave you the sponsor for our keys to the game. It's early in the season for us, too. We didn't get the practice. But gave you our keys to the game on the other side of the break. The keys to the game brought to you by Evans Motors. Get the keys to your next ride with a stop at Evans Motors. Nate and Eddie have decades of experience getting folks into the right car, truck, van, or SUV that's right for them and their family. Stop by and see them at the intersection of Highway 69 and 400 just south of Pittsburgh, or see their full selection online at evansmotors.net. All right, let's take a look at some of these area matchups going on around Kansas tonight. There's 4 high school games, Jess, and I'm going to tell you right now, I doubt anybody watching's got any skin in the game or even an abstract interest in any one of them. One of those games involves the New Mexico School for the Deaf playing a parochial school from out in the western regions of Kansas. But on the college ranks, Pittsburgh State on the road tonight at Fort Hays. Both of those teams 1-0. That'll be a good game out there. Hays always gives the Gorillas a good game, especially in Hays. Yep. And so we'll keep an eye on that score and try and keep you updated as we go. Of course, this little club team called the Kansas City Chiefs, they're in action tonight against the Detroit Lions, and they're playing without Travis Kelce, who injured his knee earlier this week in practice. I believe he's going to sit tonight. Seems to be the last word I heard. So we'll see if he can finagle his way into the game or not.
Right. It's kind of like September Madness. You know,
right.
you got so many options, you don't know which game to watch.
Right. There's a lot of great football to watch tonight. Tomorrow night, I have an interest in some of the games going on in the area, but it'll be a pretty quiet night for me. And
I'll probably take the night off.
Yeah. Saturday, I have a morbid interest in Colorado now, so I want to watch them play Nebraska.
Yep, girls.
But Sunday is going to be a day off.
Yep, the girls volleyball will be playing in a tournament in Frontenac, so they're lined up.
Well, there you go.
All day Saturday.
Oh, that'll be something to do on Saturday anyway. All right, so let's take a look at some of the matchups going on around the area tonight. Our look around the area is brought to you by, if I get to it here, Diskins Auto and Towing, 120 East Forest Avenue in downtown Girard. Diskins offers 24-hour towing, can repair all makes and models. To learn more, contact Diskins Auto and Towing at 620-724-8100. All right. 1-0 Baxter on the road at 0-1 Uniontown. 1-0 Riverton visits Frontenac. These games are all, by the way, going on tomorrow night. So that'll be a good one to watch. I think that Riverton-Frontenac game could be interesting. 1-0 Mulvane's at 1-0 Independence. 0-1 Columbus is at 1-0 Afton, Oklahoma. It doesn't get any easier for the Fighting Titans. 0-1 St. Paul's at 0-1 Oswego's. Somebody's got to win. And a big rivalry game going on in Labette County as Labette County visits Parsons. Both of those teams 1-0. Parsons looked pretty good to start this year. Of course, they looked pretty good to start last year, too. 0-1 Northeast at 1-0 Pleasanton. 0-1 Osawatomie is at 0-1 Anderson County. Central High School out of Springfield, Missouri at 1-1 visits 0-1 Fort Scott. 1-0 Humboldt is at 1-0 Caney Valley. Chanute, Pittsburgh, that's a good game to watch as well. That one going on here tomorrow night. Both of those teams 1-0. Wellsville's at Iola. Both of those teams 1-0. Winfield visits Coffeyville Field Kindley. Santa Fe Trail and Prairie View are both winless. They'll play tomorrow night. Erie 0-1 visits 1-0 Cherryvale. 1-0 Osage City is at 1-0 Burlington. 0-1 Galena is at 1-0 Quapaw, Oklahoma. And 1-0 Jayhawk Lynn is at 0-1 Southeast. We'll step away for a quick break. We come back. We'll have starting lineups as we're about ready for kickoff here from Hutch Field. Trojans and the Panthers coming up. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings and a variety of other dishes that would satisfy any cravings, even homemade pie. Besides dine-in and carry-out, Chicken Annie's of Girard also does catering in the area. Stop in on Highway 47 in Girard for a hearty meal, and follow Chicken Annie's of Girard on Facebook for specials.
Producers Cooperative Association is the area leader in providing quality agricultural products, services, and markets. PCA has what you need to maximize your operation with a full-service agronomy department, grain origination, handling and storage, bulk fuels and lubricants, propane, a jam-packed farm store, and livestock feeds in bulk or bagged. PCA is proud to call Girard home and to support Trojan athletics. Stop by or see more online at pcacoop.com.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Welcome back to Hutch Field. Pittsburgh, Kansas, getting set for tonight's matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Colgan Panthers. It's time to take a look at those starting lineups. Brought to you by the Jagged Edge. Trojans will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at the Jagged Edge. Stylist Carla Sands, Robin Hawkins, or Eva Vietti will have you looking your best for your next big game. Make an appointment soon by calling 620-724-7500. Jess, our starters.
We'll give Colgan Panthers starting offense. They're going to start number 3, Van Beesler, he's a senior wide receiver. Number 5, Schrimmer, senior wide receiver. Number 9, Tucker Harrell is going to be their senior quarterback. Number 14 is going to be Kyson Bennett. He's senior tight end. Number 21 is Clayton Adamson. He's going to be a sophomore wide receiver. 22, Cooper Simmons, senior running back. And then their big boys up front is going to be 52, Tristan Voss, senior. 54, Jay Tenry, senior. 58, John Petusnik, senior. 59, Ethan Hoagland, senior. 65, Connor Ware, senior. See a pattern in all those, Josh?
I do. I'm detecting one.
Yep, so we'll go ahead and give you the Trojan defense, though. So they're going to start Gannon Clark, a 6'3", 156 linebacker. Number 4 is going to be Adrian Newton, a 6', 157 D-back. Number 8, Junior Love, 6', 165 defensive lineman. Number 18, Siler Sammons, 5'11", 151 D-back. Aiden Ashbacher, number 21, 5'10", 151 D-back. Number 25, Levi Blair, 5'10", 176, playing in the safety. 33, Robert Larson, he's going to be a 5'10", 200-pound linebacker. Number 40, Scott Moore, 6'6", 235, playing in the strong safety position. Number 50, Anthony Pike, 5'10", 217 linebacker. And then the big boys up front, you got Brandon Bishop, 6'4", 248. Drake Kotzman, 6'4", 380. Aaron DeBrava, 6'2", 225. That's how the Trojans will line up on the defensive side of the ball.
All right, we're going to go ahead and take our final break of the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. When we come back, we'll have kickoff here for you tonight between the Girard Trojans and the Colgan Panthers. Both these teams, again, coming in at 1-1. It's an old CNC League matchup between these two schools. It'll be probably an early season test for both teams right here on the other side of the break. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Whether Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust, federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
Colgan has been serving the area for 70 years, and our employees are truly what sets us apart. Not only do they provide the best high-speed internet service available, they live and work where you do. They care about the company, our customers, and our community. They donate, they volunteer, and their investment makes us different. When you call, you get a local voice to solve your problems and keep you connected. We could not do it without their passion and hard work. Thank you, Colgan employees, for making us the best.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust, federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
Welcome back here to Hutch Field, Pittsburgh, Kansas, for tonight's matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Colgan Panthers. Teams out at midfield right now. For the coin toss, I'm trusting you, Jess. I'm wrestling technology. You're going to have to pay attention to who wins the toss and what happens here, bud.
I can do my best.
That's all we ask. That's all we ask. Because our scoreboard camera is continuing to journey on us.
Colgan wins the toss, and they elect to defer. Trojans will receive the ball, and they will be going from right to left. And that's how that went down.
Well, they don't call him the best color man in the industry for nothing. Both teams fired up for this matchup, and we mentioned earlier, Jess, this is going to be one of the hardest games on the schedule for either one of these teams this season. Now, of course, we don't know who, if the Trojans are fortunate enough to make the playoffs, who they're going to face there. But when you look at their regular season schedule, you look at this Colgan game and think, man, that's an early hurdle.
Yep, I agree. And there's nothing more I'm going to add to that, Josh, is other than, I mean, Colgan, you heard the starting lineup. They're bringing a senior-laden team who's waited their turn and took some lickings the last couple of years, and they're ready to go.
Yeah, they've been, as Coach Prime would say, they've been keeping receipts, Jess. So we'll see if they're able to cash in on that here tonight against the Trojans. Again, Girard won that game last year. I think it was 38-12.
Yep.
Don't have it in front of me, but again, it was close for most of that game, and the Trojans able to pull away, the more physical team down the stretch. Trojans are 3A this year. Colgan is 1A. Trojans are in District 2 and 3A. And they're in the district with Burlington, Anderson County, Iola, and Prairie View High School. And then, of course, District 1 is everybody else in this area. So you got Frontenac, Baxter, Columbus, Parsons, and Galena in District 1. The Trojans are the ones who have to travel up north this year. Our opening kickoff brought to you by Larrett Ceramics, 503 West Maple in Girard. Stop by Larrett Ceramics for great gift ideas and supplies. Get creative when it comes to gift buying. Get your friends and family a beautiful ceramic piece or maybe even classes from Larrett Ceramics. Call 620-724-8442. Panthers set to kick it away. Joseph Lomchek with the kick. A short one to the up back. Trojans have it at the 30, out across the 30 to about the 32. There's a pile up there. And it's going to stay with the Trojans. I'm going to say he was down. The ball did come out there at the bottom of that scrum. But the Trojans will have it there, 1st and 10 at the 32.
Yeah, that was Jake Towner who fielded that on a couple bounces and went down to a knee.
Towner missed last week, back in action this week, and he's going to get the start at quarterback. Lines up in the pistol with Junior Love in the backfield behind him. The Trojans will put a man in motion, handoff. Nope, they'll pitch it outside. And this is Ashbacher with it as he gets to midfield before he's pushed out of bounds. A big run there on 1st down for the Trojans and a quick 1st down. And let's see where they spot this ball. They're going to mark him out at the Trojan 46-yard line.
Yeah, what a good play there to start the game here. Just a good old triple option. We didn't see a ton of that last week. Towner puts the ball in the belly of Junior Love and pitches it around to the, what they call an X-back, I guess.
Yeah, wing back, yep. X-back, who?
X's, Z's, Y's.
I try to describe these formations. I just sound stupid, so I just stopped. Towner with it again, handoff straight ahead to Love, and he'll run right into the arms of Tristan Voss, the senior defensive lineman for Colgan, and not much there. We'll see. They're going to give him a yard on the play.
Yeah, Colgan's D-line getting a little push on our big boys up front.
It'll be interesting. I think ball control is going to be a huge part of this game, Jess, because both these teams play a lot of guys both ways. So whatever team can be on offense the most, I think has a clear advantage here tonight.
Yep.
Too wide to the near side this time. Towner in the pistol again. Fakes the handoff. Another quick pitch out to Ashbacher, and he's cut down in the open field. A nice open field tackle by Tucker Harrell up from his defensive back spot. And he also plays quarterback for the Panthers, but made a nice play there. Sets Trojans up 3rd down and long at the 49-yard line. Gain of 2 on the play for Ashbacher.
Levi Blair coming around off the backside, set up a nice block, but Harrell's able to get right through it. And
now a passing situation for Towner, you'd think. We'll see what the Trojans decide to do here as they draw a man off. And some free yards here will make this a much more manageable 3rd down for Girard, provided they... Well, the whistle blew, but nobody moved, and now...
Yeah, if they're going to move it forward.
Yeah. Maybe if we ignore the whistle. Well, 5 yards marked off there. It'll bring up... Bring up 3rd down and 2 now.
3rd down 2.
At the Colgan 46. Now Moore with it. And he's stacked up and stopped by a host of Colgan Panthers. That wasn't a very deceptive play at all, as Moore just looking for a hole that just wasn't there. And it'll bring up a 4th down and 2 for the Trojans.
And this in-between territory here just across the 50-yard line, it looks like Trojans are going to go for it.
And they'll bring Towner back in at the quarterback spot.
4th down 2 from the 44-yard line.
Towner goes with the hard count, can't draw him off. Now to the sideline for the play. Here's the snap. Thought about giving it to Love. Towner keeps it, and he's going to lose yards on this one, and the Trojans will turn it over on downs on their first possession. See where they mark him down. I think we're going to call it a loss of 1 on the play. Not an auspicious start for that Trojan offense.
No, they had that one good play to start the game, and then Colgan's defense stepped up.
So now Harrell at quarterback gets it out quickly to the outside. That catch made by Jack Schrimmer. And it's going to be a gain of about, looks like 5 yards on 1st down.
5-yard gain on the play.
Little quick hitch pattern out to the wide receiver.
They'll mark him down at just inside the Trojan 48. And now here's a run. Simmons with it. He'll have a 1st down across the 40 to about the 35. Mark him down at the Trojan 36.
Carry is good for a 1st down for the Panthers.
Gain of about 14 yards.
Ball is on the
Nothing fancy there. They just come off tackle, got the corner sealed. Girard's defensive backs have to come up for the stop.
Harrell in the shotgun, gives it up to Simmons again. Trojans there quickly this time, and they'll bring him down at about the 33.
Caleb Combs, Girard D tackle, able to get off his block and meet him right there just past the line of scrimmage.
Call it a gain of 4, brings up a 2nd down at 6. Essentially here, Colgan with 2 downs to pick up this 1st down. You know they're not going to punt here. Harrell in the gun, 3 wide to the far side, gets it out quickly. This pass complete to Kyson Bennett. And he's going to have a 1st down out across the 30 to about the 25, 26-yard line. They'll mark him out at the 25. Gain of 8 on the play, 7, I guess. Sets up a 1st and 10 at the 25. Colgan looking pretty efficient on their first possession of the night. Trojan defense kind of on their heels right now. Harrell with the snap. Going to give it a quick pitch to Simmons. Going to get to the outside. Still on his feet. Sheds 3 defenders. Tiptoes the sideline. Touchdown Panthers. Simmons with the 25-yard touchdown run. Gives the Panthers a 6-0 lead. And they're going to bring in a kicker and go for the extra point here. Didn't see an extra point attempt the entire game between the Trojans and Columbus last week. So a pretty quick and efficient drive that time by the Panthers. That kick low and away, no good. And the Trojans trail it 6-0. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings and a variety of other dishes that would satisfy any cravings, even homemade pie. Besides dine-in and carry-out, Chicken Annie's of Girard also does catering in the area. Stop in on Highway 47 in Girard for a hearty meal, and follow Chicken Annie's of Girard on Facebook for specials.
Five plays, 47 yards, capped off by a 25-yard touchdown run by Cooper Simmons. Gives the Colgan Panthers a 6-0 early lead. Here's a low knuckling kick going to be fielded by Levi Blair for the Trojans. And he's out across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. Call it the 41. That's where the Trojans will start 1st and 10.
Yeah, Girard defense had Simmons stopped 3 different times there to hold him out of the end zone, and just Simmons, credit to him, I guess, breaking 3 different tackles.
Oh, we said last week when we were previewing the Columbus game that the question mark for that Girard defense is on the corners and in the back end, and we saw it right there as Simmons able to beat the Trojans to the sideline, shed a couple tackles, and come up with a big touchdown here to give his team the lead. Now we'll see if the Trojans can answer back. Towner at the quarterback spot, handoff straight ahead, nowhere to go for Levi Blair as he's brought down in the backfield. I think he's going to lose a yard on this play unless their officials are feeling charitable. And, yeah, he lost about a half a yard there.
Yeah, we bragged a little bit last week about how big and Girard's offensive line between the tackles are, but they're getting beat off the ball.
I was going to say, you can be as big as you want, but you got to get off the ball. And right now, Trojans seem to be having some trouble.
Maybe start going on a 2 count or mix something up. Short play clock here.
Saw some of that last week too. Towner going to keep it himself, nowhere really to go with it, and just protects himself and goes down after a gain of maybe a half a yard. But Girard's offense here with Towner in looks kind of anemic. You can credit the opponent for that probably. Now 3rd down and 10 for the Trojans. And a whistle. And it's going to be a false start against the Trojans, or illegal procedure in high school.
Illegal procedure, the penalty against the Trojans.
So, third down and very long now for the Trojans. Towner in the pistol, rolls out far side, being pressured, lobs one up, caught by Scott Moore. He'll pick up the penalty yards, but not much more. Back up to the original line of scrimmage right around the 41, and it's a punting situation here for the Trojans.
Well, on a positive note, their first pass attempt's complete. Scott Moore with a nice catch, gain of 5.
Trojans set to punt this one away. High snap, fielded. The kick is away. Nice punt. End over end. Takes a Trojan hop at about the 30. Rolls inside to about the 25, where it's touched down by Gannon Clark, and that's where Colgan will take over 1st down and 10 at their own 25.
Yeah, that's Zeb Poland, freshman punter, who's shown a pretty good leg. Had a couple nice punts last week and gets off a good boot there, and that's big in high school football if you can flip the field position.
Trojan defense struggled against the run on the last possession. We'll see if they tighten things up on the outside here on this possession. Tucker Harrell will line up in the gun. Simmons in the backfield with him. 2 wide receivers to the near side. Harrell's going to keep it. Does a little hesitation, then straight ahead. Trojans had a linebacker back there, just was kind of dancing with him and allowed Harrell to pick up a couple yards there on first down.
Yeah, that's Gannon Clark again that's just maybe needs to attack the football.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 7 at about the 28-yard line.
2nd down, 8.
That's something, you got young guys in the game, Jess. They're just maybe not used to the speed of the varsity game. Now Harrell options to the outside. Simmons with it. Bunch of white jerseys out there with him, and he'll be out of bounds close to the first down out near the 35-yard line. Let's see where they mark it. I think he might be just a little bit short. And he is. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and inches from just inside the 35. See if they're going to measure. Oh, no. They're just going to go ahead and call that a first down. Yeah, what the hell?
Yep.
It's a game of inches.
Close enough. Nope, there we go. We respotted the football to touch the line. Trojan did a lot better job with the pursuit on that play.
Harrell back to pass. Has it outside. Nifty move to avoid the tackle by Jack Schrimmer, but a short gain on the play, maybe 2 yards on the reception, but does keep the defense honest.
Pike and Clark with the tackle.
Yep,
There'll be a gain of 2.
Anthony Pike out of that middle linebacker position, just flowing to the football, able to drive him out of bounds and limit the yardage. Colgan's running a lot more complex offense than I remember him running last year, too.
Oh, 2nd down and 8 from the 37. Trips to the far side. Harrell in the gun. Quick pitch outside to Simmons. He outruns a defender, gets around the corner, and has a first down out near midfield at about the 48-yard line. And if the Trojans don't figure that one out, it's going to be a long night.
Yeah, that's just kind of like a naked screen. They just send trips out there, and they outnumber the Trojans on the edge and pitch it out to Simmons, and he has open green pasture, no one in front of him.
Call it a gain of 11 on the play.
This big 3-man front here has to get a push.
There's Simmons with it, nowhere to go that time. And he's brought down after a gain of 1. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 9.
Yep, that's Caleb Combs again, getting rid of his blocker. And
Caleb Combs with the tackle. Short gain on the play.
Panthers have certainly dominated the time of possession here in this first quarter as we tick down under 2:45 to play here in the opening period. I know you can't tell what quarter it is because my scoreboard camera is on the move. It's going south for the winter, Jess. Harrell back to pass, kicks it outside. Catch is made on the outside by Brady Crossland. I'm sorry, that's Connor Van Beesler out there at about near first down yardage, and they're going to give him a first down at the Girard 41-yard line.
Yeah, not going to make any excuses for Girard. They're just going to have to start tackling better. They're there to make the plays. They're just missing a few tackles.
First down, Panthers on the Girard 41-yard line.
And there's some whistles before the snap. And first mistake of the night for Colgan as they commit the illegal procedure. It'll back them up 5.
Well, they'll put Colgan behind the change for the first time here. We'll see if Trojan defense can capitalize on that.
To take advantage of those opportunities when they come, and this is certainly an opportunity for that Trojan defense to get off the field. Harrell in the gun. Puts man in motion. The motion man will get the ball. That's Clayton Adamson. He's headed for the corner and runs into Adrian Newton out there on the corner, but not before getting most of those penalty yards back, plus some up to the Trojan 40-yard line.
And that was the first time I've seen Drake Kossman actually get a good defensive push. He pushed that O-line back into that play.
Brings up a 2nd down and 9. Harrell again in the gun. Quick hitter to the outside. That one again to Adamson. Makes a man miss. Headed for the sideline, and he's cut down by a few Trojans out there. And he's going to lose a couple on the play. So a nice play that time by the Trojans. Of course, they're going to give him forward progress up to about the 43, 42.
Robert Larson with the tackle. 3rd down, 11.
But a long yardage situation here on 3rd down for Colgan. First one they've faced tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure they're in 4-down territory on this side of the 50.
3 wide to the near side. Harrell back to pass. Has a man, overthrows his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 4th down and long for Colgan. Trying to get the number there. One's on the shoulder, hard to see. I think that was intended for Jack Schremer. And if Schremer was 8 feet tall, he'd have had that one.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure there forced maybe an errant throw. So I'm going to credit the Trojan D-line here getting a decent push and a blitzing linebacker to get Harrell off his spot just a minute.
Harrell back to pass. Again, another throw. This one on the money. He's out close to a 1st down across the 30. It will be enough for a 1st down for the Panthers. So a big 4th down completion from Harrell to Jack Schremer.
In front of young Adrian Newton, who had decent coverage.
Ball is on the 29-yard line.
Call that a 13-yard gain. They needed 11. Quick hitter to the outside. That one, off the hands. Trojan had a chance at it. Siler Salmons was out there, but just couldn't get to that ball as it careened off the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for Colgan.
Yeah, and last week's Colgan's all 3 of their turnovers come inside the red zone.
I'm sure that Coach Seamatter had some conversations with his guys about that one, about not trying to force it in there.
That's kind of how I learned about it. He was pretty upset about it.
Yeah, that doesn't make coaches happy when you turn the ball over in the red zone. Harrell in the gun, gives it off to Simmons, working on the left side as big old Drake Kotzman goes for a ride on his back there for a couple yards.
Cooper Simmons, the ball carrier.
And it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 8 for Colgan, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. Trojans trail it 6-0. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, 2nd quarter action from here in Pittsburgh. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports.
Why settle for less than the best? Croccan's gigabit fiber optic internet is now available to Pittsburgh, Frontenac, and Fort Scott, and many rural areas in between. Croccan has the best speeds, the best reliability, the best service, the best support, and is overall the best value on all ultra-high-speed internet. If you want the best home internet connecting as many devices, all without equipment rentals, contracts, or overages, it is the time to switch to the best. It's time to switch to Croccan.
Welcome back out to Hutch Field. After one, Trojans trail at 6-0 to the Colgan Panthers. Apologize again for the scoreboard camera. There's an offside. Kosman got his money's worth on that one.
Offside against the Trojans.
Yeah, that was on 3rd down, too. That's
no bueno.
3rd down, 3.
Trojans learning a lot about themselves here tonight, how they deal with some adversity, because they're certainly encountering it here early in this one against Colgan. And there's Harrell untouched through the Trojan defense to the end zone. That's a 23-yard touchdown run by Tucker Harrell to start off the second quarter. And just like that, the Panthers lead at 12-0.
Well, Josh, I'm not going to tell you I know how to defend the option perfectly, but I do know you have to take the quarterback first. Right.
Yeah.
They defended the pitch guy that time, and the quarterback just tucked it up. Kick's going to be good.
Kick is no good.
Oh, no good. My bad.
Here we are, 12-0. Trojans trail it here in the first half to the Colgan Panthers.
Trojan 0.
We'll take a quick break. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Welcome back to Hutch Field. Tucker Harrell started off the second quarter with a 23-yard touchdown run to give the Colgan Panthers a 12-0 lead here early in the second. Trojans desperately need to answer back here on this possession, but they haven't looked very good offensively. There's a little bouncing grounder of a kickoff. Trojans will field it, and the up back will be brought down at about the 38-yard line, and that's where the Trojans will start out 1st and 10.
Yep, that was Mason Gilmore fielding that short kick.
So Trojans will have it 1st down and 10 at the
1st down, Girard on the Girard 38-yard line.
And I agree, Josh.
Line.
Yeah, they're going to have to answer here if they're going to stay in this ball game. Right here is going to be a very telling drive.
Towner hands it off straight ahead to Love. His first carry of the night. He coughed it up, and the Panthers have it. Oh, they're going to say he was down before he lost the ball, but that young man's got to secure that football. And, you know, just a sophomore, those seniors are going to be trying to strip that ball.
Yep.
Because they know you're missing the 2 years in the weight room that they've got. So,
yeah, he did.
Trojans fortunate to hang on to that one after the 4-yard carry.
Love did a great job of getting to the hole, but when he made contact, he spun his back to it and allowed that.
We saw him do that a lot last week. And I think he's just got to get a little bit more comfortable with the contact and almost relish the contact. There's a fake pitch. Towner hangs on to it. He's in trouble, and he's going to be suplexed back behind the line of scrimmage at about the 37-yard line. We'll see where they're going to mark him. I think they'll give him forward progress up to the 41 before he was driven back.
Yeah, Jake with nowhere to go there. We just talked about defending the pitch, and Colgan was able to have 2 defenders, one on the quarterback and one on the pitch man. So sets up another 3rd and long.
And there's timeout on the field. Trojans want to talk it over. We'll take a timeout as well. 10:23 to play first half. Trojans trail it 12-0. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and
Truth be told, Jess, I don't know what happened right there. I get a little itchy with the trigger finger, maybe. We're back. 10:23 to play. First half, Trojans trailing at 12-0 to the Colgan Panthers. And we talked about it coming in. Colgan probably, with the most returning seniors, the most experienced team in the area coming into this season. The only team maybe with as much experience or even comparable would be Riverton. We saw what they did to Galena last week.
Yeah.
They play Frontenac tomorrow night, so the Raiders are able to bounce back and make a game of it against Colgan last week in the second half, but they're going to have to bring it again this week against Riverton. The Trojans are going to have to find it here somewhere in this first half. They want to try and get back into this ball game. Third down and long. Towner in the pistol. Whistle before the snap, and it's going to be illegal procedure against the Trojans.
Wish they'd give a number. I don't know.
I think it was maybe one of the receivers, I'm sorry.
This happened last time, too, and then he was able to pick up just the penalty yards. And I don't know if this offense –
not a big play offense.
Right, is equipped to play from behind the chains.
No.
Third down, 12.
And I was talking to Coach Carl Roth, a longtime coach at Pitt State. Now he's coaching with Colgan, and he said, much like the Trojans, Panthers got a lot of guys playing both ways, and you just don't get a lot of time to coach them up on the sideline because they're always on the field. Love carrying it there for just a couple, and that's going to bring up a fourth down and long for the Trojans. Another, what you would think would be a punting situation here for Girard, and there comes the punt team onto the field. So, just not a lot of time to make adjustments because you guys were always out on the field, Jess.
Right, and talking to Phil Pott and Coach Hudson pregame, it was a short week. They played Friday. They was out of school Monday for the holiday. They had a JV game Tuesday, and they're back on the field playing on Thursday. So they're just –
punt is away. Low line driving punt. Takes a Trojan bounce and hop, and it's just – basically, Connor Van Beesler finally falls on it at about the 18-yard line, and that's where the Panthers will have it first down and 10. But the Trojans' defense has yet to come up with a stop tonight against Colgan, so pinning them deep doesn't play to your advantage unless you can get off the field defensively. Otherwise, you're just allowing them a lot more time of possession.
Yep, there again, I'm going to brag on Zeb Pullen one more time. He does get them inside their 20 right here. So special teams, one part of the three are doing their job here.
One phase. And Simmons with it. Oh, nope. That was Harrell. Kept it. Oh, no, say Connor Van Beesler with it. 3 looks like a 9 from here. I need to get glasses, Jess.
Well,
and half the officials in the state.
I got them and doesn't help. But Levi Blair right there out of the safety position is able to shed his blocker and makes a good open field tackle, but not before Colgan can get 5 yards.
So second down and 5 at the Colgan 23. Earl with the pump fake, now going over the top, has a man, just overthrows him. Just over the fingers of Clayton Adamson.
Decent coverage there again by the Trojans. I mean, he was open, but it was going to have to be just a perfect dropped in over the top.
And it darn near was.
Colgan going quick here, no huddle.
Third down and a long 5. Errol in the gun. Now he'll run it far side. Quick pitch outside to Simmons. Tries to cut upfield. Runs through a couple tackles. He's brought down right near the line of scrimmage. If the Trojans had made the initial tackle, they'd have lost about 3 yards on the play. But Simmons able to limit the damage, and it's a punting situation here for Colgan. They're first of the night.
Well, you asked for it, and the Trojan defense delivered, Josh. There's a first stop.
Ashbacher is deep for the Trojans.
We're going to have to get a Trojan timeout. There's confusion trying to get the punt team onto the field for the Trojans.
Haven't had to do it yet tonight, so that's Girard's second time out of the first half. We'll take it with them. Trojans trail at 12-0, getting the ball back here. 8:15 to play first half. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Colgan set to punt it away here, coming out of the break. High snap over the head of the punter, and it looks like it's going to roll out the back of the end zone for a safety, and the Trojans are on the board after the special teams mishap by the Panthers. So Trojans cut the lead to 10. They now trail it 12-2, and they'll get the ball back here after the free kick.
Yeah, what a big maybe turn of events right here. Still plenty of time, 8 minutes to go in the half. If Trojan offense can get going right here, they could take whatever the Colgan momentum had and turn it around.
I'm sorry. I'm watching out the window. My wife getting attacked by bugs. Well, yeah. We only have one camera. If I could get a camera on that, I would.
So I got no score in the Chiefs-Lions game according to Google.
And you know that you can believe everything on Google.
For all you, thankful for all you Trojan faithful here that's decided to watch Trojan football over the Chiefs.
So Colgan set up for the free kick. It's an end-over-end kick, going to be fielded at about the 45 eventually by the Trojans. Ashbacher with it, running, slips. He's tackled by the turf monster at about the 48-yard line. And he gets up a little gimpy after that one. Sometimes you can do more harm to yourself trying to make cuts out there in the open field, and Ashbacher looks to be okay. Trojans will have it 1st and 10 in Panther territory at the 47-yard line.
First down, Girard on the Panther 47-yard line.
Downer in the pistol. Handoff goes to Ashbacher, who just slipped and fell, and he has nowhere to go. There's a flag on the play. And that's in the neighborhood of holding, and it's going to go against Girard.
Yeah,
that'll back him up 10.
For sure, the left tackle for the Trojans just hooked that D into. So that'll be, what, a 10-yarder? Yep.
7:42 to play. Trojans first and forever. Long pass intended for, well, about an 8-yard pass intended for Scott Moore. Hits the ground about a yard in front of him, and that'll bring up second down and forever.
Yeah, Moore was open there. Towner just maybe rushed his throw a little bit.
Second down, 20.
Brings up a second down and 20.
From the 43-yard line.
Ball rests at about the 43-yard line. That one's shut down before it starts.
Jay Kinnery with the initial contact.
Didn't see who got the handoff there by the Trojans because the Panthers were on it so fast.
Jade Tinnery there just blew that play up in the backfield. He all but was there to take the handoff.
So for having all the sides up front, Trojans really getting beat off the ball tonight in the trenches by Colgan, both offensively and defensively. Towner, a little bit of confusion there on the fake. Now he's going to let this one fly high. Incomplete, intended for Levi Blair. Closest man to the ball was Tucker Harrell, who almost came away with a pick. And now the Trojans in another punting situation. Well, rough night offensively for Girard. Pretty much everything they've tried isn't working.
For the Trojans. Harrell and Van Diesel deep for the Panthers.
High snap. Trojans get it the punt away. Low angling punt, going to take a Girard bounce inside the 20 and be downed inside the 10 at about the 9.
Ball is down inside the 10-yard line.
Another good punt.
Yep. Special teams.
The silver lining, Jess.
Well, here again, if we can get a good stop, we ought to get good field position, because Colgan will receive the ball at halftime, so you sure don't want them to score here right before the half.
Yeah, it's a lot brighter world when you take the sunglasses off. Harrell back to pass, has a man open, lobs it up, knuckling, caught at the 45 and pushed out of bounds near midfield is Jack Schremer. And just like that, the Panthers are out of the shadow of their own end zone.
First down, Panthers on the Panther 48-yard line.
So a gain of 39 on that pass play. Gives Colgan a 1st and 10 near midfield. Another snap. Harrell quickly handoff to Simmons. Cuts 2 defenders. Now trying to cut back the other way. Still can't bring him down at midfield, and it's going to take the better part of the Girard squad to get him finally. And he's marked forward progress, marked down at midfield.
I'll give Levi Blair first contact there after Simmons was able to shed 2 or 3 other. Levi was able to stand him up and wait for the rest of the Trojan team to bring the tackle down.
And that was the scariest looking 2-yard run I think I've seen all night, Jess. He almost could have broke that one.
And almost could have lost 2.
Right. 4 wide in this set for the Panthers. Harrell in the gun. Now he's going to roll far side. Quick throw. Complete to Van Beesler. To Schremer. And Schremer is drug out of bounds inside the 45, and they're going to mark him out at the 43-yard line of the Trojans.
That's Siler Salmons with soft coverage there, but made the tackle to just short, bring up a 3rd down.
3rd down in the yard.
Call it a gain of 6 on that pass play. Gain of 7, maybe. Brings up 3rd down and 1 at about the 43. And Simmons got the snap in a wildcat type formation there, and he's going to be across the 40 to 39, first down, Colgan. Gain of 4.
Aaron DeBrava and Robert Larson team up on the tackle. Simmons is going to step out for a play here. Equipment malfunction, maybe it looks like.
First down from the Girard 39-yard line.
Getting down around 4.5 minutes to play here, first half. Harrell back to pass, has a man again. Trojans in soft coverage. Tackle missed by Adrian Newton, but finally driven out of bounds near first down yardage at the 31-yard line. We'll bring up a second down and 2.
Second down 2.
Double-edged sword, Josh, whether you play soft and give up those 5 to 6 yard gains or that 50-yard gain.
Right. Harrell again rolling to his right. Quick hitter to the outside. Pass complete down to the 34, and not a lot of pressure on the passer and not a lot of pressure on the receiver right now for the Trojans, and the Panthers just pretty much throwing it around at will.
Yep.
Give them a first down at the 24.
But if Trojans can bend and not break right here, yardage between the 20s don't seem to matter. What
Right.
happens inside the red zone.
There's a run. Trojans able to bottle that one up after a short gain. Kotzman caught his breath, now back out onto the field.
Anthony Schrimmer, the ball carrier. Caleb Combs with the
That
tackle.
carry by Anthony Schrimmer, sophomore.
Short gain on the play, second down 8.
Panthers just burning some time here as we're under 3 minutes to play first half. Twins to the near side. Harrell's going to keep it, run an option. Now cuts it back up inside. And apparently, Jess, you were the only one who saw it.
Maybe the only one looking for it, but that's all right.
And Harrell will have first down up to the 11. Call it a gain of 11.
Yep.
First down Panthers from the 11-yard line.
When your free safety's making tackles 12 yards, 14 yards downfield, it's
going to be a long night.
Yeah.
It's
Jake
the
Towner.
8th play of this drive. Getting down around 2 minutes to play. 3 wide receivers to the far side. Harrell's going to keep it. Nobody sees him. Again, untouched into the end zone for Tucker Harrell. Another 11-yard run. This one for a touchdown. Caps a 9-play, 91-yard drive by the Colgan Panthers, and they take an 18-2 lead over the Trojans here pending the extra point. Well, lots to work on next week, Jess.
Yeah, tackling drills. But that time Colgan spread them out, sent 3 wide to the far side, and then ran a quarterback keeper back to the short side of the field and caught Trojans off guard. They're going for 2 here, Josh.
Harrell in the gun. Here's the snap. Throw near side. Catch made by Simmons. He drags the defender into the end zone. Touchdown. Or, I'm sorry, 2-point conversion's good.
1 minute, 56 seconds to go in the first half of play.
And the Panthers lead it 20-2. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
For more
more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
So the Panthers set to kick it off here after 11-yard touchdown run and the 2-point conversion. Colgan leads it 20-2 over the Girard Trojans. Lom set to kick it away for Colgan. Just under 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Another low knuckling kick. Trojans on top of this one, and they'll have good field position at their own 47-yard line. It looked like Lomchek maybe topped that one a little bit. Maybe it was some sort of onside kick. I have no idea.
Yeah, me neither, but he hasn't kicked it very far yet. So.
I'm sure if you ask him, he'd tell you it's on purpose.
Oh, I'm sure.
Meant to do that. Looked like one of my drives. Lots of swing, not much air.
All right, we'll see if this offense has 2 minutes here to get to the end zone. Towner's still going to go under center.
In the pistol, here's the snap. Towner rolling far side, gets a block. Now he's going to throw it downfield. Jump ball for Scott Moore, and Moore kind of played defensive back there to keep that one away from Brady Van Beesler. The corner.
Colgan, perfect coverage on that play. Jake tried to, Moore could jump out of the roof, but.
In that case, you need to throw it where he can get it and no one else can.
High point it.
He had to knock that one away from Van Beesler to prevent the interception. Sets up a 2nd down and 10 at the 46. Towner with the handoff straight ahead to Love. Nope, Towner will keep it himself. Cuts it upfield across the 45. He's going to be close to a first down. They're going to give him forward progress to about the 43. It'll be a first down Trojans. And we have a player down on the field for the Panthers.
A good-looking play there by the Trojans. Just a quarterback run all the way.
Call that a gain of 11 for Towner. Well, there's a man down on the field. We'll take a quick break and be back. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
You see coaches helping young Ethan Hoagland off the field, senior defensive, offensive lineman. And neither one of these teams can afford to lose any of these seniors playing up on the line. And it's a danger anytime you take the football field, but especially when you're going both ways on a hot night like this, Jess. And certainly hope that Ethan is able to recover from this one here, if not tonight, soon. Handoff straight ahead for Junior Love, running high through the hole. He'll pick up about 3 or 4 yards before being driven back. I believe that was John Patusik on the tackle.
We'll see if Trojans can exploit this now that Hoagland, who's been involved in a lot of tackles, sitting on the sideline.
Another run straight ahead for Love for the Trojans across the 30. It's another first down, but they need to work quickly as we're getting down around a minute to play here first half. They'll call him down at the 31, a gain of 9.
First down will stop the clock till they get to change set.
And again with Love straight ahead between the tackles. Going to be stopped this time by Jade Tenry, the senior linebacker. But again, another 5-yard gain for Junior Love.
This Trojan offensive line finally starting to get a little push.
Second down and 5 at about the 26. Again, Love with the carry, straight up the gut behind Kotzman. And this time the Panthers do a better job of shutting it down.
Love the ball carrier.
Trojans are going to have to take their last time out here.
And they do. Aiden Ashbacher headed off. With limping, and the Trojans will have it third down and short after the timeout. We'll stay right here, 25 seconds on the clock. And the way the Trojans have been grinding out these yards, just 25 seconds.
Not enough time.
Doesn't seem like enough.
No, but it's good to see that maybe they've lit a fire here and getting a couple pushes, and hopefully it's not too little too late here.
Wow. Or maybe the Panthers, like the Red Army, are just trading space for time.
Could be a little bit, yeah. But, you know, you hate to see injury on anything, and you hope it's just an ankle. But Hoagland, like I said, he was involved in
the anchor.
Yeah.
And we'll see if it slows him down any on the offensive end as well, Jess. But really, it's been more the Trojans recognizing who has the ball.
Right.
As far as
and tackling. Sometimes, you know, we talk about seniors versus sophomores, and you said it best earlier, the 2 extra years in the weight room. Sometimes it's taken 2 or 3 Trojans to get one Colgan Panther to the ground. So 25 seconds to go. We'll see if we can get in the end zone here. Third and short.
And another short game by the Trojans, and the clock's going to run. They can't stop it unless you're going to clock the ball on third. They got them a first down, but the clock continued to run, and it's continuing to run. The clock should stop while they move the chains, but an official not looking at that.
Terrible.
There's some home cooking for you. And a quick pass to the near side. Scott Moore with it at the 5. Touchdown, Trojans. They run the clock during the chains moving, and the Trojans able to score on the pass play to Scott Moore. So Trojans answer the home cooking.
A little backside screen, and it was open down the sideline for Scott Moore to get another touchdown.
Well, Colgan still with a comfortable lead here at the break, but the Trojans showing a little bit of life with that touchdown pass to Scott Moore, and you got to think they're going for 2 here to try and cut this thing to 10 at the break. And we'll see what they've got in the bag of tricks here for this 2-point conversion.
I'd get right behind Big 72 and see if he can't lead you in the promised land.
And Colgan does a great job of bottling it up, but the Trojans do score before the break. Makes our halftime score 20-8 Panthers. We'll take a quick break. And we'll be back with the GN Bank halftime show. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Why settle for less than the best? Croccan's gigabit fiber optic internet is now available to Pittsburgh, Frontenac, and Fort Scott, and many rural areas in between. Croccan has the best speeds, the best reliability, the best service, the best support, and is overall the best value on all ultra-high-speed internet. If you want the best home internet connecting as many devices, all without equipment rentals, contracts, or overages, it is the time to switch to the best. It's time to switch to Croccan.
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time that the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It can't be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and digital sign sales, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You, Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do-it-yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings and a variety of other dishes that would satisfy any cravings, even homemade pie. Besides dine-in and carry-out, Chicken Annie's of Girard also does catering in the area. Stop in on Highway 47 in Girard for a hearty meal, and follow Chicken Annie's of Girard on Facebook for specials.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust. Federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Hutch Field here in Pittsburgh, Kansas. We're at halftime of tonight's matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Colgan Panthers. And at the break, the Trojans trailing it 20-8. It was even more dismal, Jess. Trojans trailed it 20-2 before a big 26-yard touchdown pass to Scott Moore to end the half. Basically, the Trojans got a first down. The clock continued to run while the chains were moved. And I don't know if Coach Philpott brought that to the officials' attention or not, but it cost the Trojans about 10 seconds there off the clock, but nonetheless able to get the snap off before the gun, and a little screen pass to Scott Moore that he was able to turn into a 26-yard touchdown. And then the Trojans unsuccessful on the two-point attempt. And that gives us our halftime score of 20-8. Colgan, other than that, though, really had their way with this first half.
Yeah, Colgan just kind of dominated both sides of the ball. Trojans are winning. The special teams aspect is able to flip the field a time or two, but Colgan was able to go on, a 92-yard drive to score. But that very last drive, Trojan gets the ball with under 2 minutes to go, have about 40 yards to go and was able to cash in. So I'm going to take the positives out of here with a couple more defensive stops. We've already had one, keeping the field short. You know, anything can happen. It's Friday night high school football on a Thursday night.
Hey, our halftime show is brought to you by GN Bank, where they've been providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to GN Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. We'll take another break when we come back. More of the GN Bank halftime show. I'm going to do my best to compile some stats here from the first half. May not be pretty for the Trojans when I put them all together. But nonetheless, Girard hanging around here. They trail at 20-8 at the break. We'll take a short break. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Thanks to your support, Kenora Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Kenora Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust. Federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
Producers Cooperative Association is the area leader in providing quality agricultural products, services, and markets. PCA has what you need to maximize your operation with a full-service agronomy department, grain origination, handling and storage, bulk fuels and lubricants, propane, a jam-packed farm store, and livestock feeds in bulk or bagged. PCA is proud to call Girard home and to support Trojan athletics. Stop by or see more online at pcacoop.com.
Welcome back to Hutch Field. We're at halftime of tonight's matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Colgan Panthers. At the break, the Colgan Panthers lead it 20-8 over the Trojans, and I'm still compiling some first half stats. But Jess, you got a score on that Pitt State Hayes game going on out there in the Chaco of Western Kansas tonight.
Yeah, Pitt State trailing Fort Hayes 14-10 on the last thing I got with 1:15 to go in the first half.
And Hayes always plays the Gorillas tough, especially in Hayes. And I don't know what it is, the water out there, the thin air at the altitude. Yep. I'm not sure.
I will tell you, Hayes is not Western Kansas if you talk to Hayes. That's
if you talk to
Central
somebody
kid.
from
Right.
Western Kansas, that Hayes is. But to me, anything west of Wichita is Western Kansas.
Yeah, I might go Fredonia. I don't know.
Maybe so. Just a different kind of living out there, Jess, that's for sure. But Hayes playing the Gorillas tough, and they put a licking on Northeastern State last week. And a lot of people I talked to said that it said more about Northeastern State, but I said I don't know. So Gorillas having a test tonight out there in Hayes, and they were undefeated through conference play last year, won the MIAA championship outright. And so they got a bit of a target on their back this year. And Hayes giving them their best shot tonight out there. So we certainly hope the Gorillas able to come back and come away with a W there. We'll keep an eye on that one. What about the Chiefs?
Tied up 7-7 last I checked. Let me double check here. Pull up Google. hit a couple buttons. Yeah, I have it tied up 7-7 with 5 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the half.
Oh, man. And the Detroit Lions, a much improved team over the course of last year, just missed the playoffs. If you recall, they knocked the Packers out of the playoffs in the last game of the season last year. And giving the Chiefs a run for their money tonight. Of course, Chiefs playing without Chris Jones, without Travis Kelce. And really a test tonight for all the other role players on that team, as well as, of course, Patrick Mahomes. So we'll keep an eye on that one as well. Trojans trail it here at the break, 20-8 to the Colgan Panthers. We'll take another quick break. When we come back, we'll get you some stats from the first half. Get set for second half action. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter is now owned by GHS alum Braden Peak and GMS teacher Heather Peak, and they are proud to support the Trojans. Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630. See their ad in names and numbers.
I was raised in a small town, and there was a lot of people who took time to invest in me. And so when we decided to open up our offices, we want to make sure that we're pouring back into the community that's giving to us. We care. We want to be involved. We want to have a passion for what you have a passion for. We want to be able to give back. And that's the foundation. That's why we're more than just insurance.
Mathis Drugstore Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drugstore, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athlete.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hello, Four States. This is Jay Hatfield with Jay Hatfield Motorsports. We've been serving the Four States area with motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides, plus offering you parts and service since 2005. We have two convenient locations, Pittsburgh and Joplin, selling quality brands such as Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Can-Am, and Suzuki. Jay Hatfield has a huge inventory available for immediate delivery. We offer financing options and an extensive selection of accessories. Most important, we're making deals. Come in and get your phone started today at Jay Hatfield Motorsports in Pittsburgh or Joplin.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Welcome back to Hutch Field. We're at halftime. Trojans trailing the Colgan Panthers 20-8 at the break. Let's take a look at some of these first half stats. Halftime stats are brought to you by B&B Excavating. The numbers don't lie. Dirt is heavy. So trust the guys at B&B Excavating to move what needs moving. Specializing in septic systems, water line install and repair, driveways, rock hauling, and leveling. B&B Excavating. Call 620-724-8542. First for the Girard Trojans. Not a lot of offensive stats here. Junior Love, 5 carries, 23 yards. Scott Moore, 2 receptions for 28 yards and a touchdown there at the end of the first half. And then Aiden Ashbacher, 3 carries for 15 yards. For the Colgan Panthers, Tucker Harrell, their quarterback, 5 carries, 49 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's 10 of 13 passing for 95 yards. And then Cooper Simmons, the senior running back, 9 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown to go with it. So big half offensively for Colgan. Trojans just fortunate to be able to get that score right before the break to make this thing plausibly competitive. But really the Panthers owned that first half, Jess.
Yeah, Trojans need to tackle better, Josh, and I just can't stress that enough. That they've been in the right positions. I think they're reading their keys good defensively. They've only maybe had a couple laps where Colgan's exploited on a couple big plays, but for the most part, Trojans have been in the right position. They're just not finishing the play. So hopefully some halftime adjustments. Coaches get paid for what they do in the second half, and hopefully the Trojans can come out here and right the ship.
Yeah, and, you know, we talked about it a little bit in the first half, but both these teams have so many players going both ways that really the only time you get a chance to do much coaching is during this halftime break. So we'll see what Coach Philpott and Coach Seamatter come up with coming out of halftime here. But the Trojans, a lot of work to do as the Panthers clearly the faster team off the line tonight, and they've certainly executed a lot better on offense. And, you know, you could say Jake Towner, this is his first game of the season because he wasn't in action last week, and so kind of got some cobwebs to knock out a little bit, and hopefully everything comes out a little bit crisper in the second half of the Trojans.
Yeah, that's the only thing you can hope for.
That Eye on the Game brought to you by Kanar Eye Care. As we take a look back at the first half, Kanar Eye Care is here to make sure you can see what you're looking at. Kanar Eye Care with locations in Pittsburgh and Girard. They're here to help their valued customers. Learn more at KanarEyeCare.com.
And I'll give you a little update here on Ethan Hoagland.
Mm-hmm.
He got injured in the first half for Colgan. He's out there running some little 20-yard wind sprints with his helmet on, so it looks like he's going to be fine and come back for the second half.
You know, kids this age, their bones are made of rubber, Jess, so it's can't keep them down for long.
Yeah. Eventually they'll sleep with the wrong pillow and be down for a week.
That's us, yeah. Ugh. God, I get hit by a truck, or did I just sleep with my arm over my head?
Exactly.
So the Trojans back in action next week, again on the road at Galena, as we'll get some outdoor time there. But Galena, a team just like the Trojans, lost a lot of seniors last year, so they're kind of trying to figure out who they are early on in this season. They lost to Riverton for the first time in like 10 years. Last week. So Trojans don't want to look ahead to next week yet, but that's what we'll be doing next Friday night. And then the Panthers next Friday will be at Riverton. And that's a team that returned a lot of seniors this year as well. As like I said, they beat Galena last week, so that might be a pretty good matchup. And Riverton, of course, playing Frontenac tomorrow night. Kick fielded by Connor Van Beesler, and he's brought down at about the, I can see we're going to mark him at about the 28, and that's where Colgan will take over, first down and 10.
Yeah, that was a lot better kickoff. Will Schrimmer, freshman, doing the kickoff duties for the Trojans this week as they shuffled 3 or 4 different people through last week.
Yeah, Kotzman kicking off last week. I was kind of worried about the big guy's hamstrings, you know, Jess. It just hurt me to watch.
So we'll see if this Trojan defense can answer the questions and ring the bell here and get a stop.
Panthers come out 4 wide. Harrell in the gun, looking to pass again. Quickly to the outside. Van Beesler with the catch. He's drug out of bounds at about the 34. Let's see where they're going to mark him. Across the 35. Nice gain there on first down. It's going to set up about a 2nd down and 3.
Newton with the tackle. He's getting a lot of tackles because they're throwing his way a lot.
8-yard gain on the play, 2nd down 2.
Trojans maybe trying to disguise some coverage. They've switched sides and bringing linebackers showing blitz and backing out. And
Harrell back to pass again. He's going to let this one fly. It's high, but caught. Catch is made by Kyson Bennett, senior tight end. Nice hands that time by Bennett to haul that one in. He knew he was going to get hit, but able to come up with a reception. First down for the Panthers, and they're going to mark him down at the Trojan 43-yard line.
Yep. Ashbacher coming in from his free safety position, playing deep, and able to come in and make a sure tackle, but not after Colgan get a first down.
21 yards on that pass play, and they're getting him in chunks. 3 wide this time. Schrimmer will roll near side, tucks it, and is brought to the ground by a couple of Trojans. Looked like Kotzman and number 73, Aaron DeBrava.
Yep, both D linemen able to just flow the way of the play and get rid of their blockers and make a tackle. It's a good job by the D lineman for the Trojans.
So 2nd down and 8 from the 41, and there's whistles before the snap, and it's going to be a legal procedure against the Panthers.
No, Kotzman lined up
offsides on the Trojans.
Yeah.
Kotzman in the neutral zone.
Right over the top of the ball.
There's a little shade one way, point the other action going on there. And so the Panthers pick up 5 free yards up to the 36. Bring up 2nd down and 3.
2nd down, 3.
Three wide this time for the Panthers. They'll put a man in motion. Snap goes to Harrell. Handoff to Simmons. Looking for room. Has it. Makes 2 men miss. Makes 3 men miss. And then dives forward inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. And it'll be another first down for the Panthers. Gain of 11 on the play.
And
missed tackles, Jess.
Yep. And missed tackles and free safety making the tackle 12, 14 yards downfield is not a good recipe for a defense.
And as a tackler, you know, once somebody makes you miss, jukes you, it kind of adds a little pause in your attack, and you can kind of see the Panthers taking advantage of that here early. Harrell misdirection back to the other side. This has been 2 touchdowns already. This time the Trojans stop him for a gain of about 8. Call it 9.
Yep, that's Aaron DeBrava just able to get a hold of him and bring him down, but not after Harrell's able to give a big Trojan D lineman a ride for 9 yards.
Second down and short at about the 15. They need the 14 for the first. Shotgun. Simmons with the handoff again. Has the first down. Makes 1 man miss. Makes 2 men, 3 men, 4 men. And he's in for the touchdown. 15-yard touchdown run by Simmons. Gives the Panthers a 26-8 lead. As they're starting to pull away here in this third quarter, and that drive was about as good as you could expect, Jess. They picked up big chunks of yards and did it on the ground, did it through the air, and the Trojans just had no answer defensively for that.
There again, though, Josh, the defense in that final touchdown play was in perfect position to make 6-7 tackles. Give kudos to Cooper Simmons to just run through every one of them.
Panthers will go for 2 here. Harrell with the snap and gets away from 1 tackler and into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And they lead it by 20, 28-8 here with 8:52 left to play. Third quarter, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, more third quarter action. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Whether you're suffering from the latest bug going around or have a chronic illness that needs regular monitoring by a physician, Girard Medical Center clinics offer quality care for your family close to home. 5 clinics are available throughout Crawford, Cherokee, and Bourbon counties, including Girard, Arma, Frontenac, Cherokee, and Uniontown. Our express care is also available Saturdays, Sundays, and most holidays for the unexpected illnesses that arise. Girard Medical Center Clinics and Express Care, caring for our communities one patient at a time.
So the Panthers go 72 yards in 7 plays, capped off by a 15-yard touchdown run by Cooper Simmons to take a 28-8 lead over the Girard Trojans. We talked about it during the break. There's another low ground ball kick fielded by the Trojans. Levi Blair with it out across the 30, and that's where the Trojans will start 1st and 10. But there's a lot of sophomores and freshmen out there, Jess, who are getting a rude awakening here tonight as far as tackling goes. And these are kids that have primarily played kids their own age coming up through junior high and in their freshman year. And now they're having to try and tackle seniors out in the open field. And you can go in high against maybe somebody your own age, it's your own size, but you got to be a lot more fundamentally sound when you're trying to take down somebody who's a few years older and quite a few pounds heavier.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. Like, this freshman class has had so much success, and they will eventually as well. They're getting taught a lesson tonight.
High snap, handoff, straight ahead, nothing doing. And no gain that time. I think that was Blair, ball carrier.
Gilmore,
okay.
Yep, and you're starting to see some Trojans linemen with hands on their hips. Maybe, like we talk about, a lot of them play both ways, maybe getting a little winded.
That's what I meant, that the team who spends the most time on offense in the second half, you got a clear advantage. Handoff this time to Ashbacher, trying to get around the corner, and does, out to about the 38-yard line before he's finally forced out of bounds. Bring up a 3rd down and manageable for the Trojans from their own 38.
And Trojans have been able to make a handful of plays. They just haven't been able to string them together. They've stalled out here on this 3rd and easy yardage a time or two. So
I think here you just got to prevent the penalties, because those illegal procedure penalties have really killed the Trojans offensively. They'll put a man in motion now. Look to the sideline to get the play call in. Towner in the pistol. Put another man in motion. Here's the snap. Quick pitch outside. Levi Blair with it. Gets spun around, but he dives out across the 44-yard line. That'll be enough for a 1st down for the Trojans.
Yep, good job there. Second effort by Levi Blair to fight through a tackle and dive forward for a 1st down.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play for Blair. Gives the Trojans 1st down and 10. And if you're Girard, you want to chew some time and, most importantly, come away with some points on this drive, Jess. You're not really resting your defense because they're out on the field right now playing offense, but just for your state of mind, I guess. Handoff again to Gilmore, straight ahead between the tackles, and it'll pick up a couple of yards there to the Trojan 46.
That was a lot better job by the Trojan offensive line. They actually got a couple-yard push. It's just that Colgan linebackers are quick to fill that hole, and they're sure tackling.
And that's experience. You see the more experienced team is a quicker team to the ball tonight, and they're crisper offensively. And it's just when you ask a lot of young players to come up and play varsity, there's a learning curve, and the Trojans are still kind of in the apex of that curve right now. Towner back to pass, going to haul off and throw one deep to Moore. He's wide open. Towner overthrows him, and it was there. And it'll bring up 3rd down and long for the Trojans.
Wide open there, Josh. I just think Towner give him a little extra step. Moore maybe hitched through his release. Just good play, just bad execution.
I think when the Trojans go back and look at this tape, Jess, they're going to see a lot of chances that they had to make this game a lot tighter.
Oh, I agree. I don't think they've played terrible. They've, like I said,
It's been there.
Yeah, it's just maybe like lack of experience. They're learning. They'll come away from this game, I think, with a lot of good things to take forward.
Trojans will take a timeout and talk it over. We'll take a timeout as well. 6:13 to play third quarter. Trojans trail it 28-8. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports.
Why settle for less than the best? Croccan's gigabit fiber optic internet is now available to Pittsburgh, Frontenac, and Fort Scott, and many rural areas in between. Croccan has the best speeds, the best reliability, the best service, the best support, and is overall the best value on all ultra-high-speed internet. If you want the best home internet connecting as many devices, all without equipment rentals, contracts, or overages, it is the time to switch to the best. It's time to switch to Croccan.
Welcome back to Hutch Field. Just got a score update from the PA announcer. The Chiefs are taking a 14-7 lead over the Detroit Lions. So at least there's that, Jess.
Yeah, if you're a Chiefs fan.
Who isn't?
This guy.
You're not? Are you a Broncos fan?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, almost picked up, but a catch by Blair. He's close to a first down. Out to the Panther 47-yard line. He's just a yard shy of the sticks. It'll bring up a fourth down and short for the Trojans.
Yeah, I think here, down 20 points, you're going to have to go for it here. And they're bringing in Anthony Pike to shore up that line. Towner goes out, so we're probably going to see Scott Moore, the Wildcat, power forward just right up the middle.
Well, now they've moved it back, so it'll be a fourth down and 2.
Huh.
Yeah, interesting officiating crew tonight. Moore in with the snap, hands it off to Gilmore, and he's swamped. And the Panthers hold on fourth down. Trojans will turn it over on downs near midfield, and that's a rough one for Girard.
Yeah, but go back to that play by Levi Blair. It's over a defender and one-handed that going down the sideline, tiptoed down, and nice play there by Levi.
Yeah, there's certainly some plays Trojans can look back on and feel good about. There's a lot of plays they can look at and say, man, that was a near miss if we'd have completed that. But, Jess, as you know, if ifs and buts were candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
Amen.
But they had their chances tonight, and I think when they look at the tape, they'll know that. And that's part of the learning process, is knowing how important it is to execute when you get the chance. Harrell back to pass again, throwing this one deep. Moore there with great coverage, just kind of shielding the receiver. That pass intended for Anthony Schremer.
Yep. No face guarding in high school, so Moore, the taller receiver, just put his hands up, and the receiver couldn't see the ball.
I mean, Moore, all he has to do is run behind him, and he's face guarding him.
Yep.
But no flag on the play. Brings up second down and 10 if the dial-a-down advances here.
Yep, and they've 31. Blake Brokaw, another freshman's coming in playing some inside linebacker. And I'm telling you, Josh, playing linebacker varsity as a freshman, that's a big responsibility.
And a physical challenge, too. And there you see a physical run that time by Tucker Harrell, and he picks up about 9 yards on that second down carry, sets up a third down and 1.
Yep. And as spoken, Brokaw there with contact helped with Dubrava to stop him, but not after 9 yards.
Kind of went for a ride there. Harrell in the gun again, too wide to the near side. Low snap, fields it off the turf. Now he's going to try and make chicken salad as he outruns Scott Moore to the corner. Moore had a chance at him, but Harrell able to scramble far side and pick up the first down as he steps out of bounds at about the 41. And it'll be good enough for a new set of downs for the Panthers.
And exactly what we was talking about, Josh. There's another chance the Trojans have to make a play and just can't quite get it done. It's just right there, and it's so frustrating as an athlete when you know you can taste it, you can see it, you just can't quite grab it.
3 wide this time for the Panthers. And a flag. It's going to be a legal procedure against Colgan. Will back them up 5. Stops the clock with 5:05 to play, third quarter. Again, apologize for our clock camera. It continues to migrate throughout the evening. There you go. Another run. This time it's Simmons. Makes a man miss. Makes another man miss. Now it's a foot race, and Simmons is going to win it. Touchdown. A 46-yard touchdown run by Cooper Simmons. And it's officially a rout.
Yep. Simmons just running through arm tackles of the Trojans. And
yep. I think I foresee some tackling drills. Do they still do the Oklahoma drill? Is that still allowed?
I don't know. And we got an injured Panther player.
And it's a hot night. And these guys going both ways. You can see some cramping here, especially as we get deeper into this second half. And certainly hope that that's all it is. But the Panthers now with a commanding 34-8 lead over the Trojans. And it's turned into more of an academic thing now.
And he's able to jog off the field under his own powers. Clayton Adamson.
Sophomore.
But looks like more of a hamstring cramp.
Yep. I know how that goes. Yep. Oh, my hammy. I get those going down the stairs in the morning. Low snap. Kick is away. I don't think it's good. It's not. And the score, 34-8, 4:55 to play, third quarter. We'll step away for a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Family owned and operated, G&. Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, G&. Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. G&. Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Welcome back to Hutch Field. 4:55 to play, third quarter. I got a score update. Halftime in Hayes. The Fort Hays State Tigers lead the Gorillas 14-13, but it's a game out there on the Chaco of western, central-ish, northern-ish Kansas out there in Hayes. Moore fields this kick. And he makes a man miss out across the 40 and powers ahead to about the 45 before he's drugged down from behind by Noah Duncan. And it'll set the Trojans up 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
Good hard return there by Scott Moore.
Well, Scott's got to be frustrated. And maybe a little bit of frustration there powering that return, Jess.
Well, sets Trojan up with a good field position here. See if we can't get in the end zone and make this respectable.
Cam Smith, freshman in at quarterback. He got a lot of action last week against Columbus. And he's going to see some here. High snap, loses the ball, and the Panthers are on it. And just like that, Colgan with the ball back with very good field position. After the quarterback center exchange problem, leads to the turnover. Sets the Panthers up 1st and 10 at the Trojan 41 after the fumble. So that's not what Girard needed right there. And Smith did a pretty good job taking care of the ball last week for the Trojans, but fumbles his first snap of action here tonight against the Panthers. And Now the Trojan defense called on again to try and get a stop here. 3 wide for the Panthers. Harrell in the gun. Simmons in the backfield with him. They'll put a man in motion. That's Adamson. Now Simmons with the handoff coming near side. One man falls down, runs through one tackle before finally being brought down at the 30-yard line, but that's going to be enough for a Panther first down. Call it a gain of 11 on the play.
Yeah, that little counter play's been a staple play for Colgan for years, and they're just running it to perfection right here. They're able to seal the end and get to the Trojan defensive secondary untouched.
Trojans really don't have an answer for it. And I keep telling you, Jess, this here's a 1A team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
They're going to have to use a timeout as they're running out of play clock.
Yep. Did they take the timeout, or there's a lot of people looking around at each other?
No, I think.
And there's a flag.
Yep.
Okay. Like something's got to happen here.
Coach Seamatter here just saying, throw the flag. We'll be all right.
Maybe you can take him with you. Maybe he knows something we don't know.
Oh, he probably knows a lot that I don't.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. If any of it's math, he's got me beat. I mean,
you know.
Or if he knows the capital of Djibouti. Handoff to, it's not Simmons. Who is that? That is Noah Duncan. And he's got a gain of about 4 or 5 there. We'll wait and see. No, call it a gain of 8.
Brandon Bishop was able to come from that backside D end position and make a tackle 8 yards downfield.
Sets up a 2nd down and 7. After the delay. 3 wide to the far side. Quick pass to the outside. And another missed tackle by the Trojans. Had him stopped. Now off and running is Anthony Schrimmer around the corner. Looking for a block. Makes another man miss. Touchdown Colgan. Another high tackle up around the shoulders. Had a missed one in the backfield, and Kotzman is down on the field for the Trojans, and that's not good news. I mean, if you're Coach Philpott, you may start thinking about getting some of your guys out of this game. The chances of coming back are pretty much nil, and you got one to play next week and one to play the week after and the week after.
Drake looks like he's a little dinged.
Yep. He could have got a little bit of blindside action there, the way that went one way and came back the other way. That's usually when you find yourself getting ear-holed. And he's a little slow to get up here.
Yep.
Might have got his chicken scattered a little bit.
Don't want to speculate till we find out for sure.
That's just coming from a guy who's gotten his chicken scattered, Jess.
Not sure mine ever got back together.
Yep, they're kind of checking him out right now and being cautious, and that's certainly what you want to do in this situation. Clock stops with 3:01 to play, 3rd quarter. Panthers sitting on a 40-8 lead over the Trojans.
But again, Josh, Trojans in perfect position to make the play. They just can't get it finished. So I can't say it enough that I see good things. I know the scoreboard's not showing it, but I still like what I see out of this Trojan team.
They're going to give some people trouble this year, that's for sure. It's just the Colgan Panthers aren't those people.
Nope, not tonight anyway.
Nope. And I can tell you the Panthers are going to give a lot of 1A teams trouble coming down the road this year. And 2A and 3A teams. But this again, I keep stressing, it's a 1A team. Kick no good. Panthers lead at 40-8. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Welcome back to Hutch Field. 3:01 to play, third quarter. Trojans trailing the Colgan Panthers 40-8. They just capped off a 3-yard scoring drive with a 27-yard touchdown run by Anthony Schrimmer. And again, Trojans had about 3 chances to get him in the backfield. Schrimmer able to reverse his field, came all the way back near side, and ran it in for a touchdown. And now Trojans trying to dig something positive out of this second half here. It's been kind of a house of horrors for Girard. The only lone bright spot came at the end of the second quarter when they were able to orchestrate a 1-minute drive. Now we have a Panther down on the field.
Alex Corson with the initial contact.
Yeah, I saw that hit.
Getting checked out by the coaches.
That was brutal.
I didn't see it, Jess.
Yeah, I did. He was.
Was it a small human running into a large human?
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens.
He was coming in to zone in on the tackle on the ball carrier, and a Trojan blocker at full speed as he was breaking down to make a tackle just decleated him.
That's Brady Van Beesler, junior defensive back and wide receiver for the Panthers, and they're checking him out as well. But again, not going to speculate.
Nope.
Brady Van Beesler with the injured Panthers.
I'm not going to speculate about his chickens.
He probably needs to. I bet he sat there a minute, was like, man,
Ouch.
I wished I could breathe.
Yeah.
He's smiling coming off the field.
Like, darn, that didn't feel good. 2:53 to play, third quarter. Trojans have it 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Down Girard on the 35-yard line.
And they'll go straight ahead. And that's Gilmore. Call it a gain of about 7 there on first down as we start to see some replacements into the game for the Panthers.
Yep. Good push there by the Trojan offensive line. Cam Smith still running quarterback.
Well, just got a score update from the PA announcer. Maybe you heard it over the crowd mic. The Pittsburgh State leading Hayes 20-14 now. That's what we like to hear. Again, Gilmore inside, has room to run. Out across midfield, loses the ball. Had it stripped away, and the Panthers come away with it. It's been just that kind of night for Girard. Something good happens, something terrible immediately follows it.
Right, that was a good run. It just
got to secure that ball. 2 hands on it, especially if you're a younger guy running through a bunch of seniors. And they turn it over near midfield. It'll be Panther ball, 1st and 10 at their own 49.
Yep. So back-to-back Trojan drives end in turnovers.
Clock stops with 2:03 to play, third quarter. There's a lot of Trojan fans who probably wish this clock would stop stopping. Harrell back to pass, getting pressured. Now he's going to tuck it and run. All kinds of room. Kid's really fast. Makes a man miss at the 40. Levi Blair finally catches up with him at the 35 and forces him out of bounds at about the 33-yard line of the Trojans. So call that a gain of 18 yards.
He ran 62 to get it, though.
Yep. Yeah, 17 yards, Jess. Math is hard. Harold flanked in the shotgun now. And he'll hand this one off to Clayton Adamson, looking for the corner, finds it, and fights forward through a tackle and brought down at about the 25, maybe the 26. See where they mark it. Just outside the 25.
yard gain on the play, second down 2.
Call it a gain of 8. Sets up a second down and 2. Clock continues to run under a minute 20 now in the third quarter. And another run far side. Slipping and falling was Lane Stoltz. Oh, nope. That was Noah Duncan. I'm like, no, that's not a freshman. Duncan, the junior running back. And he has a first down at the 21. Gain of 5.
Looks like they're going to sub in young Karsten Simmons there, the sophomore quarterback, to take over duties.
Simmons in the backfield with Duncan. Low snap. Gets it off to Duncan. Makes a man miss. Drives forward to about the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. Gain of 5.
Young Brokaw come up to make a nice hit, but not after a gain of 5 yards.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Trojans trail it 40-8. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Thanks to your support, Kenora Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Kenora Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
Our whole vision of becoming the 4-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
Welcome back to Hutch Field here in Pittsburgh, Kansas. Colgan Panthers having their way tonight with the Girard Trojans. They lead it 40-8. Trojans' third quarter was one to forget. 2 big turnovers in that quarter really cut a couple of drives very short. And Colgan pretty much possessed the ball the entire third quarter. And were able to build on their halftime lead, and now they lead it by 32. There were 12 minutes left to play, and we'll see if we get some running clock here in the fourth quarter. 3 wide to the far side. Again, this is Karsten Simmons, the sophomore under quarterback, and he's going to run it himself into the end zone for a touchdown. And when it rains, it pours, and the Panthers lead it 46-8. Comes a time, Jess, when there's just not much left to say about it. Just a whooping. So the Trojans get a week to lick their wounds before they have to hit the road and head down to Galena. And fortunately for them, the Bo Sarwinski era, I believe, is over in Galena. And they're a team that's kind of struggled a little bit early on this season. And hopefully the Trojans able to get right next week when they take on the Bulldogs. But nothing's a given.
No, if you just hoping now you just come out of this fourth quarter healthy.
See if the Trojans might suit up the bus driver and try and keep their starters off the field here in this fourth quarter.
It's pretty quiet across the way here.
It was this was a learning experience for sure for a lot of young Trojans.
And
I think they definitely need to become born-again tacklers during this week, because you can go back and look at the cacophony of missed tackles throughout this ball game that turned into points for the Colgan Panthers. First downs and points.
Right, and I know I'm a homer. I love my
Jess?
I love my
You
Girard
are
Trojans.
the voice of neutrality. I don't know what you're talking about.
But for the first 3 quarters of this game, they was in the position to make the plays. The scoreboard tells one side of the story from what the game I've seen. It's a big side.
The most important side.
We're down 39 points, but.
Low line drive kick. Scott Moore fields it over the shoulder. Nice hand, Scott. Out across the 20. Makes a man miss. Lowers the shoulder. Still on his feet. And down at the 30-yard line. That's where the Trojans will have it 1st and 10. Scott took a pretty good shot on that return and gets up kind of gingerly. How long do you keep these guys out there?
Yeah, he probably ought to.
If you're the Trojans right now. Nope, he's going to stay out there on the field.
He's a little sore.
Yeah. He took a big shot. He had all his momentum going forward and got stopped, and then was able to fall forward and pick up a couple more yards. But now he'll come out of the game wisely. And the Trojans kind of have a little bit younger lineup in there now. Once again, Smith will come in to play quarterback. Had a much better experience last week against Columbus. We all did. But getting a chance here to play some quality opponents. And Junior Love gets a nice gain there on 1st down, picks up about 7 yards.
Yep, you'll see what you're made out of when you're trailing 39 points late in the game. If you still want to come out and execute and play hard and play the correct way.
Call it a gain of 8 on the play. So it's up a 2nd down and 2 at the 38. Love in the backfield behind Smith. They'll motion a man to the far side. And again, they'll pitch it wide. Ashbacher with it, gets around the corner, across midfield, and brought down at about the 44-yard line of the Panthers. Trojan 1st down, nice looking run that time on the option.
Yeah, here we go. We're playing the Trojan starters, which are a lot of young players, against Colgan's 2nd team here, and it looks future's bright here in Girard, I'll promise you.
Yeah, just a lot of youth.
Yeah.
And you're going to see some mistakes, but you're also going to see some flashes this year. Key, I think, is just trying to keep everybody healthy. Love with the ball straight up the gut. He's going to pick up about 4 yards there to the 40. And we're under 9.5 to play here in the ball game. Ball rests at the Colgan 40.
2nd down 5 from the 40-yard line.
Here comes a pitch near side. They'll cut it upfield to about the 35, close to a 1st down, maybe about a yard short. That was Gavin Huber.
Huber, the ball carrier.
Another young freshman getting some varsity time.
Call it a gain of 5. Ball at the Panther 35-yard line, 3rd down and 1 for the Trojans.
See if we can't get old Junior Love right up the middle to get us a 1st down right here.
That's what the Panthers are thinking. Linebackers playing kind of deep. Love will have the 1st down. Carries it to about the 32. Call it a gain of 3.
Rockwood Dale with the initial contact.
Under 8 minutes now to play. Clock camera continues to move. We're not doing it on purpose, we promise. Ashbacher with the pitch, makes a man miss in the backfield, able to turn nothing into something there. As he's brought down at about the 27, 28-yard line. See where they mark it. Call it the 28. Gain of 4 on the play. Panthers had that read pretty well, but Ashbacher needed a nifty move out there on the outside to cut upfield. Now Love with it up on the inside, makes 2 men miss. And brought down at about the 21. And that should be a Trojan first down. And they'll move the chains.
Yep. There again, Junior Love just hits that hole. He's pretty much full speed in these first 2 steps and hits that hole hard. He'll learn to finish those runs instead of going sideways at contact to drive forward another 2 or 3.
Yeah, he's given up quite a bit of size to most of the guys out there trying to tackle him. He's long and lanky, but that has a way of changing during high school. Another quick pitch. This one's out in front of Ashbacher, and he has to fall on it, and that's a big loss for the Panthers back to the 30-yard line.
Just a little quick was Smith on the pitch, and Ashbacher couldn't handle it. Smart play there by Aiden to just fall on it and take the loss and not try to
secure the possession.
Yeah. Thank you. Those words wasn't flowing.
I'm full of words, Jess. Smith will hand it off to Love again, straight up the gut, and again he turns his back. Does it hurt less when you get hit in the back? I don't know. I mean, it always hurt the same for me. Front, back, side. Now level head to the sideline. Gilmore into the game for the Trojans as they're looking at a 3rd down and 12 from, we'll call it the 24. So a gain of 6 that time for Love. Another quick pitch. Ashbacher with it, makes a man miss, close to the sticks, and it looks like he might have a Trojan first down out there on the far side.
Ashbacher, he's no slouch when he gets the ball in his hands either. He can be pretty shifty, making men miss. Finishes the run strong out of bounds for another Trojan first down.
Pick up 12 on the play. So the Trojans 1st and 10 at the 12. They can pick up a first down without scoring here as the clock ticks under 4:15 to play in the game. Smith with the snap. Handoff straight ahead to Gilmore. And Trojans just prepared to ground and pound this clock out. Not a bad.
Good for them.
Not a bad philosophy. As that one, he'll be brought down at the 8-yard line to pick up about 4 for Gilmore.
Picks up 4 yards on the play, 2nd down 6 from the Panther 12-yard line. From the Panther 8-yard line.
Smith in the pistol. Handoff again to Gilmore, straight ahead across the 5 to about the 4. He'll be about a yard short of the first down.
It's good to see Gilmore secure that football. He had a fumble on a hard stick in the middle of the field here just late in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I think they stripped it from behind maybe even. It was a weird-looking fumble, but it was like you could see it coming in slow motion. As we tick down under 3 minutes to play, Trojans with a 3rd and 2. I think it's 4 down territory, Jess.
I would sure think so.
Handoff again to Gilmore, lowers the shoulder, and not much going there. We'll see what they gave him as far as forward progress goes. They mark him down at the 3. It's going to bring up a 4th and short for the Trojans.
Just do it again.
4th and 1.
Yep. Get behind that big offensive line and go.
Trojans kind of playing for pride at this point. Panthers also playing for pride, trying to keep him out of the end zone. Trojans have won the last couple or few matchups against Colgan, so the Panthers want to get a little bit of revenge. Here's a quick pitch to the outside, but I think
cut it up.
He's got to cut it up, and he didn't in time. That was Gavin Huber, and he just couldn't cut it upfield, and the Trojans are going to turn it over on downs on a 4th and 1.
Yep, young Huber, freshman there, he'll learn right there when he gets that short stick. If he cuts that instantly upfield and falls forward, he's got the first down. You don't need a touchdown at that instant.
So the Panthers with the ball back, 1st and 10 at their own 4-yard line. Clock continues to run, under a minute 35 now to play. Panthers will improve to 2-0 on the season. Again, they take on Riverton next week. And that'll be a tough game. Riverton's returned quite a few seniors, and they've got some dudes. Trojans will lick their wounds. They'll be in action again on the road next week at Galena. We'll have that for you here on Girard Sports Live. That'll be Friday night, kickoff at 7, pregame at 6:30.
Yep, got an illegal procedure on
for goodness sake.
Panthers. So that'll be a
pre-snap penalty.
1-yard penalty.
Yeah. Back them all the way up to the 2.5-yard line.
A lot of young names out there. I see number 6, Robbie Bruning's a freshman.
A lot of kids who probably won't go to prom this year.
Right.
You know.
Number 9, Zach Pinky.
Oh, Trojans stack that one up. We're getting close to our second safety of the night, but I think that's going to end up being the final play of the game. As the play clock hasn't wound yet, that's going to do it. It's a formality at this point as we watch the final 12 seconds tick off. The Trojans going to drop this one 47-8 to the Colgan Panthers. A tough loss, but a lot of guys learned a lesson here tonight that hopefully will pay off for them on down the road this year. But the Panthers look good, and you got to think these guys are going to make some noise this year in the 1A playoffs, that's for sure.
They should.
And certainly wish them luck down the road. The Trojans back to the drawing board this week before they take on Galena and hopefully go down there to Cherokee County and get right. But a really superb effort tonight by the Colgan Panthers. You could tell their senior playmakers really came out for them tonight, and just clearly the better team on this evening. And hats off to them. Congratulations on the win. Trojans fall to 1-1 on the season, and it's back in action next week at Galena. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with the Farmers Bank post-game show. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Hello, Four States. This is Jay Hatfield with Jay Hatfield Motorsports. We've been serving the Four States area with motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides, plus offering you parts and service since 2005. We have 2 convenient locations, Pittsburgh and Joplin, selling quality brands such as Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Can-Am, and Suzuki. Jay Hatfield has a huge inventory available for immediate delivery. We offer financing options and an extensive selection of accessories. Most important, we're making deals. Come in and get your fun started today at Jay Hatfield Motorsports in Pittsburgh or Joplin.
Croccan has been serving the area for 70 years, and our employees are truly what sets us apart. Not only do they provide the best high-speed internet service available, they live and work where you do. They care about the company, our customers, and our community. They donate, they volunteer, and their investment makes us different. When you call, you get a local voice to solve your problems and keep you connected. We could not do it without their passion and hard work. Thank you, Croccan employees, for making us the best.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Call service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Calls carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Calls continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Welcome back to Hutch Field. Trojans got it handed to them 47-8 by the Colgan Panthers. Our post-game show brought to you by Farmers Bank. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. And Jess, the Trojans looking forward to a brighter tomorrow as well, right after probably what will be a very quiet bus ride back to Girard. But no breaks this season. You got to get back at it. And the Trojans will be back at it next week against Galena. And they're a team that's rebuilding as well. So if you got to play somebody coming off of a loss like this, not to take anything away from those kids in Galena, because they've been a really good team over the last few years. But they're a little bit down this year. So if there's a team you want to hit coming off of this game, it's probably Galena.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have Southeast on your schedule.
Right.
So.
And I'll still agree that when they get to the film room, whether that be tomorrow or Saturday, I don't know the coaches' routines, but they're going to see that they was in the right spot a lot of times. The tackles just wasn't made, the plays just weren't executed. So yeah, the scoreboard lopsided. Hats off to Colgan. They're just by far the better team tonight.
And then Pittsburgh State, last update we got, they're leading Fort Hays 20-14 in the second half. So that's one to keep your eye on as well. And then tomorrow night, some big games going on around the area. Riverton is at Frontenac. That's one to keep your eye on. Pittsburgh Chanute here at Hutch Field. That'll be a good game if you're in the Pittsburgh area tomorrow night. And then in our district, Osawatomie's in action at Anderson County. That Labette County Parsons game.
That'll
both of those teams 1-0. I mean, that's always a game to watch.
Yep.
I mean, there's some genuine animosity we always talk about the rivalries between Girard and Frontenac and Girard and Colgan and Frontenac and Colgan. And there might be some animosity between Frontenac, but there's genuine animosity.
They don't like one another.
Between Parsons and Labette County. And so if you're just searching for a high school football game to drop in on, that might be a good one to watch this weekend as well. But that Pittsburgh-Chanute game is going to be good. That was a heck of a game last year. Chanute came out on top, and, Pittsburgh, second season under Coach Latimer, and
they're much improved.
Big win last week at Emporia. And so that'll be a good game as well, and that's, again, here at Hutchfield. So if you're in Pittsburgh tomorrow night, check that one out. Galena's at Quapaw, so some good games going on around the area. We're going to take another quick break, and we'll be back with more of the Farmers Bank postgame show. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time that the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It can't be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and digital sign sales, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You, Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
Family owned and operated, G&N Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, G&N Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. G&N Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings and a variety of other dishes that would satisfy any cravings, even homemade pie. Besides dine-in and carry-out, Chicken Annie's of Girard also does catering in the area. Stop in on Highway 47 in Girard for a hearty meal, and follow Chicken Annie's of Girard on Facebook for specials.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust, federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Our whole vision of becoming the four-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
Colgan has been serving the area for 70 years, and our employees are truly what sets us apart. Not only do they provide the best high-speed internet service available, they live and work where you do. They care about the company, our customers, and our community. They donate, they volunteer, and their investment makes us different. When you call, you get a local voice to solve your problems and keep you connected. We could not do it without their passion and hard work. Thank you, Colgan employees, for making us the best.
Whether you're suffering from the latest bug going around or have a chronic illness that needs regular monitoring by a physician, Girard Medical Center clinics offer quality care for your family close to home. 5 clinics are available throughout Crawford, Cherokee, and Bourbon counties, including Girard, Arma, Frontenac, Cherokee, and Uniontown. Our express care is also available Saturdays, Sundays, and most holidays for the unexpected illnesses that arise. Girard Medical Center clinics and express care, caring for our communities one patient at a time.
Welcome back one final time here to Hutch Field. Trojans drop this one to the Colgan Panthers, 47-8. Back in action next week, Friday night, on the road at Galena. We'll have that one for you here on Girard Sports Live. Kickoff 7 o'clock, pregame 6:30. Looking forward to that one. Kind of wash this one away.
I believe we have volleyball Thursday, too.
Oh, yeah.
I believe so.
Right on. We'll have that for you on Girard Sports Live as well. But for Jess Murphy, I'm Josh Lettner. Thanks for joining us tonight here from Hutch Field as the Trojans come up short against a very talented Colgan Panther squad and hope to bounce back next week against Galena. You've been watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.